Later in the podcast.
Yeah, I don't want to know what's going on in your mind.
No one wanted you to look.
I'm sorry.
Come on now. Like, name something that I've done that is just the most outlandish thing that you think I've ever done.
The one thing that always comes to my mind is when you were like, I can't walk with you because of your skin tone.
I ate a sandwich for the first time in my life, 11 years old. And it gets to the point where they do the deed.
As the ghost?
Yeah, as the ghost takes over, they go crazy.
Can you hear this? Hold on.
Weird, buddy. You're weird.
Does it just look weird though?
No.
Okay. Okay.
You look professional.
Okay.
You good?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, bro.
Alright, so actually, I have a present for you coming into this because I know it was your birthday like a few weeks ago, so I had to prepare and bring something that I thought you would like.
Your wallet and everything in it?
Well, I have like 12 cents, so I don't think you want what's in here. But
that's more than I have.
I
was
do have
negative
something else.
$81 the other day.
Oh. Oh.
Do I need to close my eyes or something?
Yeah, close your eyes.
Okay.
I'm gonna show the camera real quick.
Okay.
It's beautiful, guys. Here you go. You can open.
Oh my gosh. I still have the other ones.
You have more?
I'm gonna start a trend at my school.
Yeah, because, you know, one time whenever I went to Austin, we went to like a big Austin stadium. It's for like theater arts, not like a football stadium or whatever. But
Okay.
we went there. I put Kane's sticker face on the wall, like across from the bathroom doors.
Yeah.
In the hallway. So whenever you walk out the bathroom, you just see a sticker staring at you. Isn't that a good idea though?
Yeah.
The original idea was like we put it in all the bathrooms that we go into, so that way when you leave the stall or you're looking at the stall, right, it's just right there in front of you.
I'm gonna put it on a mirror.
That works too. And
love
I also put them in California. I put them in Oregon. I put them in like Corpus Christi.
Imagine he like becomes like famous. Like,
I want someone to record a TikTok and be like, find all the canes around the world. Because whenever one day I'm gonna travel the world, right? I'm gonna go to every country.
Right.
I'm bringing Kane's face with me to all of them.
How many of these do you have?
Probably like 100 something.
You'll have each other everywhere.
We need to. He makes me feel happy. I look at my wallet.
Oh.
He's right there, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
He's portable.
Yeah.
But today I have a lot to talk to you about.
Oh, okay.
Because I know that we were talking about Gravity Falls recently.
Oh my gosh,
So
I love Gravity Falls.
I started looking more into Gravity Falls because I remember last year we started talking about it.
Because you look like Dipper.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why.
And then I started watching it, and I watched the whole entire series. From what I remember, basically, is like I remember watching it when I was younger, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I used to live in Oregon too, so I guess it all made sense.
They probably saw you and were like, let's make a show that looks like inspired
No,
by
they
him.
didn't. No, they did not. Like, I didn't think anything of it when we were younger, right? Because
Yeah.
we weren't really paying attention to all
Yeah.
the little details. But now, when I look back at the show, like last year when I was watching it, I saw so many new things, or like, I don't know. I feel like it never had a meaning to it when I was younger, but like as you grow up, you know, you get to see what it actually is about. But I didn't realize how sad like Stan's story is. All Stan wanted to do when he was younger with his brother was just be like a sailor, right? And his brother ended up ditching him to go with the McFiddlesticks. You know that guy? The crazy one with the hat on?
guy.
Like McDonald's.
Old Man McGuckin.
Old Man McGuckin.
Old Man
Yeah,
McGuckin.
they teamed up together. So his brother Ford,
There
like
we
the
go.
truck. Ford,
Yeah.
Ford and Stan.
Like my car.
Ford ditched Stan to go with Old Man McGuckin. Well, I guess at the time he was like Scientist McGuckin or something.
Yeah, he was like not insane.
Not yet. But what made him insane was whenever he was partnering with Ford. Because Ford and him were doing all these laboratory discoveries and trying to find all the mysteries in Gravity Falls. And then one day, Ford ends up finding all the journals, and he wants to like see who the Bill person is. You know, Bill, the Illuminati dude. He wants to see like who this guy really is because he's talked about in all the books, and you have to summon him back to life. So when he summons him, Bill comes out and they make a deal. So it's kind of like he did a deal with the devil right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then Old Man McGuckin, whenever he saw Ford was doing, he used like this erase machine to erase his memory. And he kept doing that, and it made him crazy. Like, he forgot everything.
You should have told me about this topic. I have the journal.
You have actually the journal?
Yeah, like Dipper's.
You went to Oregon?
No. Like they made like copies of like Dipper's book.
Yeah.
And it has like all the pages from like the show.
I didn't know that.
And I have that.
I have Harry Potter stuff, but
I've never watched.
I guess that's not
Harry
as
Potter.
cool.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I guess
not.
I'm a loser then.
No, but yeah, like Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
Just Bill, like the triangle. He used to scare me. Like that was the only.
No,
character.
yeah.
Even like now, he like gives me like chills.
Because what he symbolizes, I guess, is also
I
pretty
feel like
scary.
he's pretty like Illuminati. Like basically, it's literally the triangle of the eye. So
It's supposed to represent like higher power,
yeah.
and so, but he comes from another universe, which I think is really
Yeah,
weird.
I think he comes from
I don't know the
Weird
name.
Mageddon.
Really?
I think that's.
He has like brothers and sisters that are all triangles. So.
Yeah.
But whenever he took over the world, I forgot that he actually did take over. Like this is like one of the only
it was the
times
last episodes.
a villain's actually like succeeded, I guess. But I think a concept though that I wanted to talk about was whenever they went into Bill's mind, or they went into Stan's mind, right? Because I don't know if you remember that episode, but basically Stan was through the portal to go to Bill already, right? And so in order to get Stan back, they went inside of his memories. Do you think that's possible? Like people can do that, like our ancestors, or like imagine our minds on display, right? It's like a museum, and all of our ancestors can just like walk through all of our memories and like look at everything that we've done in our life. Or
I don't know, because like I feel like now we can. They have like psychology research can like do stuff like that. But I don't. Like what do you mean, like our
like a spiritual, like us, like our ancestors that have passed already? Yeah,
they can see our minds.
Yeah, they can go into our memories like a museum, just look at any memory that we've ever had. You think?
I don't know.
I thought that might have been an interesting question.
No, yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like no. I feel like maybe now.
Because
like,
you don't feel like your ancestors might be watching you.
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
So you,
like,
wouldn't
I
that
don't know.
mean like maybe they could see our past memories and stuff too? Or do you think they only live in the present like us?
I don't know.
I'm trying to get psychological right now.
I didn't get that deep.
It's like the first 5 minutes.
I know.
I wanted to go crazy. Like I just thought of this right now. But you know what I would hate?
What?
'Cause technology is advancing so fast. I feel like eventually they're gonna make like you can look into other. Yeah, you're just COVID over there. It's okay.
Sorry. Okay.
I feel like they're gonna make it so we can. Are you gonna cough again? Yeah.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
They're gonna make it so that we can go into other people's minds, like look at their memory, what they're thinking of right now. Like, isn't that called telepathy or something? You can see into other people's minds and what they're thinking. I feel like that's gonna be a real thing, like in
Probably.
the future, which is scary though. I don't want people in my minds.
I know. Like I don't.
That should be like a crime. Put them in jail.
Right. I feel like that's definitely like an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to like donate your body to like a scientist.
But
maybe you can do that when you're older.
Maybe.
You're,
I can barely
you're in
get
that
through
field.
this first semester of
Yeah.
that. Oh, do you think it'd be like a person being able to read it or like a machine?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah, that's interesting. I think a person and a machine, because maybe the person's using the machine to do it.
I feel
'cause
like more
think,
machine.
You think machine would be able to like read it more than us? But wouldn't we be looking at it to be able to see it?
Yeah, but it wouldn't be us doing it.
Do
it'd
it?
be the
No, I
machine
don't
doing
think we would do it. Okay, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that's what
the
I meant.
machine would do it definitely.
No, yeah.
I don't think we would be able to do it yet, unless there's some otherworldly person that just like.
Yeah. They're probably working on that, like as we speak.
That's scary. I was thinking about that the other day, like unironically. I don't want people looking at my mind. I don't want any of that stuff happening.
Yeah, I don't want to know what's going on in your mind.
No one wanted you to look.
I'm sorry.
Come on now. This is my mind and my mind only.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
It really does. I bring up the most random things.
No, yeah, all the time, honestly.
Like name something that I've done that is just the most outlandish thing that you think I've ever done.
I don't need stuff that you do. It's things you say.
Okay.
Like for sure.
I know you have examples too. I'm about to
I
get
do have
canceled. I'm about to get canceled right now.
Do you want me to say?
Yeah, bring it.
The one thing that always comes to my mind is when you were like, I can't walk with you because of your skin tone.
Yeah, that was. Nah, someone took over that day.
No, yeah, for
Someone
sure.
read my mind and took over.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause-
trying to think of other stuff you say.
Because everyone has stuff I say that's out
Yeah,
of
that's like
pocket.
that's like engraved in my mind. The
Yeah.
one thing you said. You say a lot of stuff though.
I thought that was the craziest thing I said.
No, definitely. It
was a joke though. I mean,
right. So I
It's
never
not-
saw you after that day.
oh yeah, you just like you didn't want to talk to me anymore.
No, that was crazy though, cause it's just like I wasn't expecting it. I was like, "Hey, Kaiden," and then you're like, "Sorry, I can't walk with you," and I was like, "Oh, okay."
Guys, it's just a prank. It's just a prank.
No.
It was October Fools, I think.
October Fools. I don't even know when it was.
Because you know what I do too? Okay, so here's some more random things I do.
Okay.
Right? April Fools is April 1st, obviously. So
Mm-hmm.
every other month, I'll be like, July Fools,
So you do it the first of every
I do it
month?
the first of every month
Oh my
instead.
gosh.
Instead of April Fools, because that's boring. Everyone already knows.
Right.
But if you do it the first of every other month,
You're
no
like
one's
catching
gonna.
people off guard.
Yeah. Then I just like punch you in the face. Got 'em! October Fools, right?
Right. So if I slash your tires
Well, then no, it doesn't work
on
for
Wednesday.
other people.
Oh, just for you though.
You know something else random that I do too? Instead of saying bless you, I say bless up.
Yeah, you do the. You go bless up.
Because I don't like being like everyone else. I like saying my own thing.
Wow, you're so different.
It probably has a deeper meaning, but you know, I like to just be different. So
Right.
And something else too that I do is whenever I'm leaving, I'm not gonna see anyone else for the
Oh,
rest of
you
the
say
day.
goodnight.
I say goodnight, right?
Yes. But you told me goodnight all the time, and I would still see you later.
Well, cause I don't know.
In case like I just die.
Maybe
in
it's
the
like a
middle
little
of the day.
nap. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Like if I take a nap, I still say goodnight to you, right?
I guess.
I wouldn't say like good morning, good evening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would say goodnight if I'm going to sleep. So it
You're
technically
right.
still works. You want to
You
know
have a little
something
reason.
I'm excited for that I think you'd be excited for too?
What?
The new Hunger Games movie coming out.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Mhm.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love the Hunger Games so much.
Favorite of the Hunger Games? I think just the second one.
The second one's my favorite.
It had like the craziest action whenever they were
Yeah.
actually in the Hunger Games.
I
'Cause
like when they were on the
That's called-
cornucopia.
The
Well, that's
cornucopia.
what it's called in the first movie. Is that what it's?
Yeah.
Okay, the cornucopia.
The ending of the first movie though was crazy. I don't know if any losers out there haven't seen the movies yet, but I guess I'll put a spoiler alert. But like at the end of the first movie, whenever there's all the monkeys surrounding them, it's not monkeys. It's like
They're like creatures.
they're like
They
creatures.
look like dogs.
But
like,
they climb up and take down the guy, or they sacrifice the guy and they eat his face, and he turns into one of them. But if you think about it, there's so many movies like Hunger Games already too.
like
s-
dystopian society.
yeah, like the Squid Games kind of is like a Hunger
yeah.
Games, but just more relaxed, like child games, I guess.
Yeah, just more relaxed. They just die.
It's same concept though.
Oh yeah, I guess.
But I mean, like it's still like.
But it, yeah, and
game,
then
like,
like, they're not killing like each other. It's like,
they did in the show a little bit. Some of them like stabbed each other. Even though I don't watch TV at all, but
no, yeah, for sure.
the times I do,
Yeah, you
I
didn't
really
just mention
expect-
that you watched all of the Gravity Falls series.
Well, that's just an exception, you know, because
Right.
it was like I look like Dipper, so I kind of have to. I should have been him for Halloween. I guess it's tomorrow.
Halloween's tomorrow.
But I don't have any stuff for it.
You
though.
have that vest that remember?
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to be that guy from what's it called?
Pokemon? Ash Ketchum.
No, you looked like Dipper in that video. Literally the
I
hat.
had a red hat. It's red,
Okay, just go buy a blue hat from Walmart.
but it has to have the little pine tree too.
Paint it.
Paint it.
Literally, yeah.
I'm not
Get
Picasso. I
white-
can't paint.
Literally just get white paint. Like
It's a lot harder for me than that. I can't do it. All right, what's your favorite holiday though?
I like Halloween because I like
Yeah.
like the vibes around it. Like I like the spooky stuff, but that kind of sounds bad.
So like, why does it sound bad though?
Because like I just love like the weather. I've always like loved like scary movies, scary stuff. I guess that's why.
What's your favorite scary movie then?
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know my favorite movie. First of all, so I don't.
So you don't even have like a favorite movie? Because I don't either actually. Because when people ask that, I don't know.
never
what to
know
say.
what to say. Yeah, How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Like the cartoon,
No.
or like the one where he's
with
live action.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
him.
Jimmy Carroll's. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
It's Jim Carrey.
I like that one because the Grinch was looking kind of thick in that one. I can't
Oh,
lie.
I
Double
just-
cheeked up in that. Why are you laughing?
Because I just
It's
never
serious
noticed.
business right now.
I never noticed that. I'm sorry.
That's all I looked at, honestly.
I'm sure you did.
I feel like I don't get to talk a lot about just like.
I'm sure it's crazy because you never shut up. So I'm
Okay,
you can ask me anything.
I can ask you anything.
Yeah.
All right, how much money do you have right now? I'm at like 12 cents in my wallet. So, but anytime I see change on the floor or
pick it
like,
up.
yeah, because I always ask people as well if are you gonna use that change? Like, can I have it? Like, I want it. So, what do you think about like Colleen Hoover and her new movie coming out?
When is it coming out? That movie's
Well,
been coming out for 5 years.
No,
already.
because she just started producing it like last year.
Oh.
So I guess it takes a while. Do you think it'll be a good movie?
I mean, I feel like it shouldn't be that bad. Like the book itself, I feel like was already like a movie. Like it's an
Yeah.
easy read, so like you can like picture everything like perfect. I saw Blake Lively. She's blonde, and I hope she dyed her hair red. And then also I saw like a picture of like the way she was dressed. That is not how I imagined Lily would dress. Like she was wearing like I think like a collared shirt with like a long skirt
Yeah.
and like some high socks, and I was like, that is not how Lily.
That's
would.
not how it matched.
No,
Nah.
I feel like she dressed like a modern, like how girls do now, like mom jeans.
The book was called It Ends With Us. This is the first one, right?
Yeah, and the second one was It Starts With Us.
Okay, that's weird. I don't like that. But you know what's crazy too is like
What?
how Colleen Hoover is actually helping direct the movie, but that stuff still happens. Like so, like even though she's taking part in like directing and all that stuff, it's still not like how you would imagine it to be. which I think is weird.
Oh, like she's the original writer.
Yeah, but it's not turning out right. Yeah. But I think they do that because like all the money that they have to put into it, and like the directors are probably so strict with how they want it to look and how.
Or maybe like we just like perceived it different than how she meant to write it.
I was gonna say that too, because everyone interprets it differently, right? Like the books are kind of subjective. Like everyone can put their own input into it.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I don't think that's how she would look.
Right? That's not
she looked goofy.
She did. Yeah. I was like, this is not Lily. But the guy that's playing, what's his name?
Ryle?
The actor's name. He's from from Jane the Virgin. Sam Smith. No, I was like, wait, no.
I've never watched that show either.
He's from Jane the Virgin. I don't know what his actual name is, but I feel like he looks like a good fit for Ryle. Like, I've seen him act like on Jane the Virgin, and like there's like scenes where he gets like really mad, and like I could see him playing Ryle. He's just really good at like portraying anger, and that's like really all of Ryle's character.
He's just like always mad.
Yeah.
Always throwing things.
Well, not always, but like
he gets
in the times where he was angry, it was good. Like his acting was good.
Is that your favorite book, you would say?
Probably, yeah.
Because how many have you read?
Of hers?
Yeah.
I read It Ends With Us, It Starts With Us, November 9th. I think that's it.
It Ends With Us is your favorite?
Mm-hmm.
I think I would put that second favorite. I know that's like a really popular one, but though my favorite one is called Layla.
Oh.
No. Have you heard of it?
Layla's the ghost one, right?
Yeah. Have you like heard about it?
No.
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, I guess, though.
You can spoil it.
I can spoil it?
Yeah.
Oh, this book gets crazy. It's just like a psychological trip, kind of.
Why?
Because this dude... Okay, so I don't remember the guy and the girl's name. Layla's the girl, and Leeds is the guy, and then Willow is the ghost later on.
Taylor Swift has a song called Willow.
I hate that song. I can't lie.
What? Why? Get out of here.
It's bad. It's locked. Oh, whoops. All right, yeah. Billy is the guy. Sarah's the girl. And then Layla's the ghost. We're gonna go with that, right?
Oh, you changed the names?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, where did these names come from?
We're gonna go with Billy, Sarah, and Layla, because I can't be bothered right now.
Okay.
I don't want to mess this up. So basically, the book is about how when Billy meets Sarah, right? The start of the book, they meet off. You know, Colleen Hoover is kind of like fast paced with how she gets into things. So it starts off with Sarah is at this party that she didn't really want to be at. She's kind of like antisocial at the time, and she meets Billy. And they go crazy like first night. They're already like together because Billy's like this artist, I guess, like underground guitar dude. And so basically they kind of like fall in love pretty fast. You know, it's the face of the book. And they start hanging out a lot more. They kind of get distant from all their friends and family. And Sarah and Billy get like really close together. And so they eventually move in already, like 5 months into their relationship. And they're already adults. So, and they move into a little house together. And Billy has this crazy ex named Layla. So Layla likes to stalk Billy on Instagram all the time. And they didn't think anything of it, obviously, because Billy doesn't really like follow her back or talk to her or anything. But Layla just likes to stalk him on Instagram. Kind of a weirdo, honestly.
Crazy.
But one time, Billy decides to post on his Instagram for like the first time in a long time. Because Sarah's like, oh, post us, you know, we're like vacationing right now. Outside in the pool, whatever. So Billy posts, he's like, out of my pool right now, location drop. So Layla swoops down on that, and Layla walks over to their house from wherever she's at. She brings a gun with her, right? And she knocks on the front door, Sarah's the one to answer the door, right? And so Layla shoots Sarah like that. Okay, and Billy also has a weapon. Layla shoots Sarah, Billy shoots Layla. All right, so it's like a little triangle going on.
Okay.
And
shoots Billy.
Layla did shoot Billy too.
Oh,
like she shot both before she...
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah, before she died. And so Sarah obviously really badly injured. You know, she got shot. Like Layla dies too because whenever Billy shot Layla, she died like immediately. And what ends up happening is Sarah has to go to the hospital for a long time. She has like really bad memory loss problems after that, kind of like PTSD. She becomes a little bipolar. But they end up like still staying together. He stays with her in the hospital for like months on end until eventually like their anniversary or whatever comes around, and they plan on going back to that first place that they met at. It's this huge house. It's no longer being used anymore. It was like an old rundown house now, but when they first met it wasn't. So they decide to vacation there, and weird things keep on happening throughout the night. Whenever Sarah goes to lay down for bed, because she goes to bed earlier now after her trauma or whatever, Billy likes to stay up and do like work on his computer or whatever. And things keep happening. Books keep falling on the floor. Things keep moving all over the place. And he's like, what is going on? He can't figure it out. Then one day, the ghost shows herself. And I think she's called Willow at the time. She shows herself finally. She takes over Sarah's body at night is what she keeps doing. And that's how she keeps getting away with all this stuff. So whenever Willow is in Sarah's body, it's not actually Sarah moving around. And Billy and Sarah start talking until finally he realizes, like, oh, that's the ghost. Like, he's a little freaked out at first, but he's kind of intrigued. It's like that forbidden love, because he eventually starts falling in love with the ghost. He starts falling in love with Willow and falling out of love with his actual girlfriend. Yeah, Sarah. So he would start doing it. He would start forcing Sarah to go to sleep so Willow could go in her body and they could start talking.
What the heck? This is crazy.
Yeah, so
I need to read that book.
He falls in love with the ghost, basically. And it gets to the point where they do the deed. Like,
as the ghost?
Yeah, as the ghost. Ghost takes over, they go crazy. It's crazy, the plot twist. And then after that, he feels so bad. Like, oh my god, what did I just do? Like, I'm supposed to be devoted to my girlfriend. I'm just dating a ghost.
Yeah.
But things start piling up. All that time, he starts slowly realizing, like, I kind of know this Willow girl, because Willow says she doesn't remember. She remembers all of Sarah's memories, right? So she remembers being shot. She remembers everything in Sarah's life, but Willow doesn't remember her memory, is what she says. When actually, it's the other way around. Willow turns out to be Layla, and Layla is remembering her own memories because she also got shot. And what ended up happening when they both got shot, their souls switched. So Sarah's soul, whenever she got shot, switched with Layla's, and their bodies switched. So technically, that Willow girl is actually Sarah. It's the craziest plot twist.
What the heck?
So the Sarah that he thought he was dating the whole time after she got shot was actually Willow/Layla. The whole time it was actually the ghost, but she just put on this persona like, I'm still your girlfriend, blah blah blah. And the whole time, he actually really didn't fall out of love with his girlfriend, because it was
like technically his girlfriend.
Yeah, he fell back in love with his girlfriend. And what he ends up doing, because he can't have them both together forever. Like, the Willow/Sarah, I guess we can call her Sarah now. Sarah is Willow, Layla is Sarah. Okay. So, basically, Sarah can't keep control in Layla's mind long enough. Layla eventually wakes up. So what Billy has to do is one day he takes her to the pool and he's like, we have to drown you, and then we have to switch the body of you and Layla at the same time again, right? It's like another soul switch, or Sarah's soul, wandering soul, and they need to put her back inside
like a body
of his girlfriend's body. So what they ended up doing is Billy takes her to the pool. He drowns.
Oh, perfect.
He drowns Sarah, but at that exact moment, that's when it's like soul transfer and then transfer back. But the whole time you're questioning, like, is that actually like Layla, or because is Willow Layla? Like, all these different things. It was the craziest book I ever read. So I think that's why I would put it above the other book.
No, that actually sounds interesting.
Yeah, right?
How are they sure that like drowning her would like work? Like,
you know, because originally one of them didn't die, but one of them did. Yeah. But their souls both escaped their body like around the same time, and that's when they switched. So they thought if she didn't actually die from drowning, they just like made her pass out from drowning. Then he took her right out of the water, and that's when like Sarah went back into the body.
How does she come up with these concepts?
Right? She's got to be going through the craziest things to be coming
this happened to her.
Yeah.
You think that could happen? Like,
I was gonna say, do you think that could happen? If two people are in that proximity, do you think their souls could like swap, but like one dies and one doesn't?
I feel like that could happen. Like, people that are like into spiritual things.
Because think about like how many wars have happened, all these people dying right next to each other and getting injured and stuff. Maybe some souls like transferred throughout that time, because whenever they wake back up in a hospital, they may not feel the same. Like, they may have different characteristics, and a lot of people may chalk that up to like demons took over, like spirits or whatever. But maybe it's just like another soul's,
or like trauma. They think it's like trauma.
Yeah, they think, but maybe it could be like another soul transferred, and they like kind of bring their memories, and they kind of have that person's memories. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
I felt like I was talking for like ages.
You were.
I was yapping.
Professional yapper.
I want to hear about your struggle with college, though.
Oh my god.
I want to get more into your personal. We're not gonna talk about these Layla spiritual type. We're gonna talk about you. Well, how's it been going? Like, it's been 3 months now, right?
Yeah, terrible. Feels like I've been in for ages.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm a biology major, so that in itself is already like terrible.
Sounds horrible, yeah.
And then as if that wasn't hard enough, I got a minor in chemistry.
I think you just wanted like your
Silly
experience
me.
to be horrible.
No, okay, so I'm taking cell biology lab, general chemistry 1, general chemistry lab, genetics, and genetics lab.
Yeah.
So I'm taking 3 lectures, and those 3
labs.
lectures have a lab. So, and I was taking pre-calculus, but I dropped out of it because the professor was awful. Like,
Okay.
so I just took, and you know I'm terrible at math in general.
Yeah.
So I dropped out of that class. So I have 6 classes. It's just hard. Like, I don't know if something's literally wrong with my brain because I can't focus like in my classes. Like, I try, sometimes I'm like, I'm so tired. But even like when I have classes like midday, like I just cannot focus to save me. And I don't know what it is. And like, no matter how hard I try, sometimes I can for like 10 minutes. And then after that, I'm like, I catch myself like zoning out.
It's like different from high school, you would say?
Yeah, like in high school we had homework like every so often, but like now I have homework like pretty much every day. And a lot of it's like a week to complete it, but so that's like fine, but like it does not feel like enough time. Like it literally flies by. Yeah, I think the class I'm like probably struggling the most is chemistry, because like biology and genetics, like they're concepts, like you just have to like know that, but like chemistry is all calculations.
Yeah.
Like, it's never concepts, it's just calculations. Like, do you remember stoichiometry? Like,
nah,
it's like,
I don't know.
like
I don't want to try it.
like moles, like Avogadro's number or something like that. Do you
Nah.
remember that?
Avocado's number, yeah. We made
22
like
times 10
little
to the
mole
23rd.
things in
Yeah.
high school about that, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like that times like a million. Like, it's just so bad.
Yeah.
So I think that's the class I'm struggling the most in. Like, outside of that, I'm not like struggling like in like the social aspect, like fitting in or anything like that. I think I need to find like a better way to study, because like what I'm doing now is not cutting it apparently.
What do you do usually to study?
I usually like I read over my notes, or like if it's on a PowerPoint, I write down like some stuff, and then I'll like look up YouTube videos if I have to. I do like Quizlet. I look up problems and then try to like solve them from there.
So you do that like before tests, right? Like the night before, you say?
Yeah, I do it the night before. I tried doing it like a week before. Like my last test, I studied like a week before.
It didn't work out?
No, I need to start studying like a month before.
Do you keep doing it every day, or do you just do it like one day last week and then you just forget about it?
Yeah, I do it like every 2 days, which I
Every
think
2
that's
days?
the problem. Like, I need to do it like every other day, or like
Like, why would you do that, honestly?
I know, like, who wants to do
Yeah.
that? Like, who wants to go to college and do work, you know?
I don't know about you, even though we pay to be there.
No,
it's
yeah,
all good.
Yeah, like,
I don't know about you though, and I know like nobody in our psychology class ever paid attention to like reading the books and stuff.
No.
Did you ever pay attention to like the? I was one of the losers that did read through the books.
Of course you did.
But it was so interesting though, because now I kind of know more about studying, and I learned that if you progressively start studying, so if you say like a week before and you really want to like drill it into your brain, and this goes with like anything, like languages, new topics, anything like cookbook recipe, anything you want, honestly. If you study for, let's say, an hour a week before, right, your mind will probably lose like 50% of that information within the first day. So what do you have to do to remember it again? You got to study the next day. And then the following day after that, your brain remembers like more, but still forgets a little bit. So you got to put a little bit more that day. But maybe for the next like 3 days, you're set. Like, now that you've drilled it into your brain for like 3 days straight, you can take a little break. And then by the end of the week, it starts going down again, like our remembrance rate. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
And then you study that last day, boom, you're set for the test. You should remember more of it, is what I remember learning in psychology. I come onto the podcast not remembering like any of the terms that I've learned, but I know what I'm talking about. I just forget the terms. But anyways, it's like a retention graph, I guess. So it slows down the further we don't study. But at the start, it's like rapid forgetness rate. We forget it really fast the first few days, but if we study every once in a while, it brings that graph back up, and then it starts slowing it down, so we can give ourselves more time between. You know what I do to study though?
What?
And I don't study much, so you don't have to take it from me. I study as like right before the class starts. You know why? Because then I remember everything that I just read. Isn't that smart?
Before every class or like before a test?
Before a test. Not like not for the classes, but
Oh, no,
before
that
the
doesn't-
test. It doesn't work for you?
Well, like it works, but like not really. Like I remember some of what I read. Like I remember seeing this, but I don't remember like the answer.
yeah.
You know?
I think my tests are just a little too easy.
No, yeah, probably.
It's like political science stuff, but I go 30 minutes before into the library real quick. I go through all the terms already written down, and I just like, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, I remember that. I remember that. And then I go into the test like 30 minutes later. I remember most of the stuff. Like I still forget a little bit, obviously, but there's different study methods. Like I've seen on Instagram, they just put like random people's names in front of it, like Johnny's study method, and it'll be like the smartest thing you've ever done in your life.
No, yeah, I definitely like what you were saying about like read it one day and then the next day and
Yeah.
the next day. I've been meaning to do that. I just like
It's hard though.
I just don't do it. Like
Yeah.
you have to have like a lot of discipline to like
Yeah.
sit yourself down for an hour, like no distractions, no nothing, and do it. And like that's what I wanted. Cause I have my next test for chemistry is November 10th.
Okay.
That's
You
like
got the
next
date
week.
memorized. That's crazy.
No, like it's just lock in.
Lock in, yeah.
Yeah, because it's crazy, dude. I have a 59 in chemistry.
In chemistry?
I'm failing. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Our grades, if they're like, they change color. So if it's like,
What?
if you're, I guess if you're passing, it's like it's green,
Okay.
and if you're not, then it's like yellow, and then it gets orange. Mine's at red.
What? 59?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
It's at red. I think failing for this class is like a 69.
Oh, that's tough.
I'm like bombing it.
Yeah, but I remember you were also telling me about like you're kind of falling asleep in class and stuff, right?
Yeah, that was on Thursday, I think. Yeah.
Every day or
No, it's just like me. It's more Mondays. I don't know why I was so tired. Like I have class from 9 a.m. all the way to 6:15. Like, and my longest break is like 30 minutes.
That's crazy. You have long classes. I could not.
No, it's because I have 2 labs on Mondays, and my labs are 3 hours long.
Oh my god.
That's why they like last.
Yeah.
But, like today, my lab was only. Oh my gosh, dude, we had to design our own experiment. Like, and
In
my
chemistry?
lab. No, in cell biology.
Okay.
My lab partner wasn't there, so I had to design an experiment all by myself.
You couldn't get anyone else?
Well, like everybody else has like their lab partner that they've had like all
yeah.
semester.
Hey guys, I'm gonna join in real quick.
No, and yeah, and it was like what agent could kill yeast the fastest, and then how are you gonna test it to see like your results?
Yeah.
So I had to design that on my own.
For 3 hours?
No,
Or-
as soon as you finish, you
Yeah,
had to leave. So
yeah.
I finished it in like the lab starts at 11. I finished at like 12:15.
That's terrifying. If I got brought that question, I would just leave class. I'm not gonna lie.
No, literally, I contemplated it, but then I was like, wait, next week I already have to start. After that, I had like an hour and a half free before my next class. So I went to my dorm and I slept.
You have enough time to do that?
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, because like our school's a small campus,
Yeah.
so it's not like here where you have
I have
to,
to take the bus
walk.
home real quick or like
You take the bus home.
I live like a
sometimes?
mile and a half away.
Where-
But it's still like campus technically, but
Yeah.
it's really far.
No, mine is like from the class that I was in. It's like less than a 5-minute walk.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, because it's small.
But you know, for me though, that keeps happening to me, but like almost every day.
Falling asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like you're stretching. Like you do a lot.
Because today I woke up at 6:50 in the morning,
What?
and then I grinded out editing videos and like just preparing stuff for myself until like 7, and then
That's
I went
crazy.
to eat dinner. So it was like
You went to eat dinner?
no,
at
I ate
6 in the
dinner.
morning?
No, at 7 p.m. Like
You woke up at.
no, I woke up at 6:50 a.m. right, and then I
Oh, okay,
I started
okay.
editing video at like 8 a.m.
Mhm.
Stopped at 12 to eat lunch real quick.
Mhm.
Started again at 1. Stopped at 5.
So you just been like video editing?
Mhm.
Damn.
And I had to go outside. Like my eyes are burning. Like obviously.
That's probably. I
It
feel like
sucks.
you spend a lot of time like in front of a screen because
I
like you
do,
do
yeah.
your videos. So that maybe that's why. I mean, like I don't know.
No, yeah, you're
like,
right.
But like
honest.
it could be like you're burnt out.
What I've been doing recently though is I go outside, like take a walk real quick. it sounds like stupid. But
I mean, no, it helps.
I'll take a little walk outside and I don't know, just like go do some laundry, go do dishes, like do
Yeah,
like
like-
other things to get
Mhm.
away from my screen because I know it's bad, but I know that the amount of effort that I'm putting in is gonna like give a
Yeah.
return.
I mean, it's not like you're just like wasting.
no, I'm
Like
not.
me, I literally spend way too much time on my phone, and it's just
I
watching
can't, yeah.
TikToks. It's not like I'm doing anything productive.
The sleeping in class has been happening less to me,
Yeah.
but like okay, so we've been in school for like almost 3 months already.
Mhm.
Like the first 2.5 months, just oh my, every day in class, like
Yeah.
not actually falling asleep, but like dozing off, like
Yeah.
whoa, and, whoa.
Yeah.
That happened every single day, like every class, except like Wednesdays, but that's I can sleep in a little bit.
Mhm.
My classes, I would wake up at 5:30, right, and then I have to
That's
go to the
crazy.
gym, and then I go to class, and then I stay there till 5 p.m. So it's like 12 hours. And obviously I'd be a little tired, but I think the problem was that I wasn't going to sleep with enough time. I'd go to sleep at like 11. So then I'm only sleeping like 6 hours, 7 hours.
That's early for me.
Okay, well, I'm waking up at like 5 though,
you're
so
right.
it's a little different.
Well, I go to sleep at like 2, 3 in the morning. I wake up at like 8.
Okay.
So it's kind of I just wake up
still
later,
horrible,
but like
yeah.
getting the same amount of sleep.
Yeah.
And I need to stop doing that. Like I told myself, like after the first month, I was like, I need to get on a sleeping schedule.
Yeah.
Because I had one in high school. I used to like go to sleep. Like
Grandmother.
you go to sleep at 11.
That's not even bad. 10 now, but.
Didn't you used to go to sleep at like 8 in high school?
PM?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh.
What?
Did I just imagine
Whenever
that?
I fell asleep. No, because I had to wake up at 5 for powerlifting.
You'd go to sleep at like 9.
Yeah. Because I had to wake up at 5 still.
Whatever.
To go to
Anyways,
powerlifting.
I told myself I was gonna get on a sleeping schedule, and then the semester's almost
Yeah.
over, and I still.
I'll do it next week.
No, literally, I'm like, I just gotta do it this week, and then this week, and then like I don't know. It's because my stupid phone. I need to get it taken away from me.
Well, that's what you're doing soon anyway. So.
Yeah. No phone November.
That's a good idea.
Well, I guess it'll kind of be my phone in general, because I'm only getting on my phone
for
for
like text
social
messages,
media.
I guess, is the only thing.
Yeah, but nobody texts me, so.
Oh, that's tough. I think it was happening to me a lot though, because whatever I was doing throughout the day, I wasn't like healthily recovering from it. Like I would just sit at home after that and like do homework or like sit on my computer or whatever. I wasn't like, I feel like being active enough and like training my brain to be okay with it. Because some days I would wake up early, then I'd slack and I'd like stay up super late, and I'm like, all right, I kind of have to wake up later tomorrow. So I think not putting myself in that sleep routine like made it worse, because you know our brain has like that internal like clock. So whenever we go to sleep, it'll want to wake us up the same time we woke up like the few days prior. And so if we're like sleeping at different times every single day, that's gonna make our sleep worse, because then we're waking up in like bad cycles, and then that makes our sleep.
Goose too.
Yeah, because we go through cycles throughout our sleep, and it's like we go through like 4. REM is like the third one, and then we have like some crazy other thing after that.
Isn't like the perfect amount of sleep like 4 hours?
4-hour intervals.
Like 8,
yeah. That's why I always say the rule of 4 is. That's why I accept myself to have 4 hours of sleep sometimes. 12 is way too much. You don't need to be sleeping for 12 hours. That's crazy.
I don't know. I need a 24-hour nap.
Yeah. That's a little wild.
I think the longest I've slept was like 12 hours.
What's the longest you've ever stayed up for? All-nighter or no?
No,
What?
I think like there was this one day when like this like a family friend had a stroke.
Okay.
So he was like, let's just say I woke up at like 12.
Okay.
That sounds like
Oh my God.
normal for me. I'm sorry, I don't wake up that. And then I didn't sleep that whole day until the next day at like 9 a.m.
9? Okay, almost there.
24
You
hours.
never pulled an all-nighter before though? Like never 24 hours straight?
I don't think so.
That's crazy.
Dude, I love to sleep. I can't do that. I tried doing it for like my last test that I had. I was up studying for chemistry, and I thought I was gonna do so good on this test. I did so bad, but that's not the point. I was like up all night for like I was up till like 4 in the morning studying, and I was supposed to like stay up all night and then go get like a coffee.
That's not how it works though. That's not. I think what would help you is if you went to sleep a little earlier, woke up earlier, and then did the studying, or studied still the night before. But
and
like,
then,
because I think what helps us is if we sleep earlier and then wake up earlier, because it's like the natural way of the sun as well. Like the sun's rising, okay, we're getting up. It makes sense though.
When the sun's up,
no,
I'm up.
Hold on. It's a real thing, because whenever the sun's out, that means we get more like brain power. You know, the sun helps our brains like stay awake and stuff.
Solar powered.
I think it makes sense to me, because
No, I mean I get what you're saying.
I think
it's just funny.
I think what helps though is like actually going to sleep earlier and like sticking that discipline to like wake up earlier, and then you could study like in the morning, and I think it'll help like keeping it in your mind too. If you do it of the morning of, if you stay up all night and try to drink a coffee, that your brain's still gonna be tired. Like you may not feel tired, but your brain is deprived already. Like it's fatigued, so that's not a good idea.
I need like that's what November is for me. Like no phone.
Yeah.
Get on a sleeping schedule, because like the reason I'm up so late is because I'm up on my phone.
Yeah.
And like
So once you get rid of that, it'll be good. Basically.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so hard for me to be like, okay, turn off your phone at this time. I'll be like, oh, I'll turn it off at 1, and then I go past 1. Okay, I'll turn it off at 1.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why I have to do at even numbers.
I think it's kind of how we're raised now, though. It's like, okay, well, everyone's on social media. I want to feel like in the loop. That's like how we live most of the time, like most of our day. So I feel like it's just hard to put it away now. Like it's becoming more and more addicting. Yeah. The longer we've been on it because we've been on it a lot of our lives. So that builds up over time, and it kind of builds like a little addiction, I would say.
For me, it's TikTok. Because, like, Instagram, I barely even, like, get on it.
Yeah.
I get on it, like, 3 times max a day. But TikTok, like, if you saw my screen time.
Look at your screen time. It's like 12 hours TikTok. Like 2 minutes on, like, your homework stuff. I think what helped me, too, is this school, on the Wi-Fi, for some reason, I can't use TikTok. I can never get on TikTok on the school Wi-Fi, so but Hannah can, and like everyone else I know can, so I don't know what it is for me. I guess I'm just an Android user, but
TikTok said 3 hours and 45 minutes.
You could watch Endgame in that time. It's crazy.
I think it's like an average.
It's kind of like brain rot though. Like if it depends what side of TikTok you're on, because there's a good side too. There's like educational.
Yeah,
videos,
mine's definitely not.
It's like Taylor Swift video, cat video. I just called you out.
3 hours 45 minutes, and then it's Safari, an hour and 31 minutes, and then it's my homework, an hour and 13 minutes.
Nah.
Snapchat 57 minutes, Quizlet 49 minutes.
That's sad.
See, Instagram's only 6 minutes.
Well, I think it actually will help you a lot whenever you get off TikTok. It helped me a lot too whenever. Like after this school, I couldn't get on TikTok anymore. I'm like, I don't even need to get on TikTok. Like if I get on, I'll post something. That's it, because I'm using it for like marketing, growth, or whatever. But like once I got off it, I wasn't just like sitting there scrolling like mindlessly. And I feel like it helps a lot, because then
Just at me next time.
I'll be like, Brenda, get off your phone.
Literally.
I'll like text you, and you'll probably respond
right away.
You know the longest I've stayed up for though?
What?
3
like
days.
3 days.
Did I tell you that?
I feel like you have.
Yeah.
Or like I just knowing you like that.
Because I've never said this on the podcast yet, but I have a celiac disease, and like it's I can't eat the gluten. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
I can't eat. It's the official
Say that.
terminology.
I thought you were like dying, dude.
But yeah, basically I got diagnosed whenever I was in I think 6th grade, 6th to 7th grade, so 11 to 12 years old, and my whole life is a really sad life, honestly. Like I grew up eating LSU pizza,
LSU?
chicken tenders. What?
LSU?
I grew up eating pizza, chicken tenders, and like mac and cheese, crackers. Like okay,
picky kid.
That's my whole diet. Picky kid, my whole life until I was like 11 years old. I ate a sandwich for the first time in my life. 11 years old. Never before in my life.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was gluten, right? Because I didn't know at the time. So I started eating like more breads, more stuff, but my whole life I'd already been eating like pizza, chicken tenders, like everything that already has the gluten stuff and is already bad for me. I just grew up with that picky mindset because I think my parents kind of fed into it too, like, oh, we'll buy you like all these pizzas and stuff. I'm not saying it's like their fault, obviously.
No, yeah.
But I mean, I'm too young to like decide for myself, but I guess they kind of wanted me to like decide for myself. So when I got older, I could see like how that affected me, because I was getting like my doctor was telling me like, you're gonna have a heart attack if you keep eating pizza. I was like, oh my god, I'm 11 years old.
Like, why would he?
Yeah, but I was a pretty chubby kid too, because like I didn't play any sports at the time either. Like I was just playing Minecraft all the time, and that's what like.
Oh yeah, you were a little chunky when you were a kid.
Yeah,
I remember.
Have you seen pictures?
Yeah,
that's scary.
You look like a little leprechaun.
I'm gonna get rid of them
like
from your mind.
Like chunky
all
cheeks.
Right, anyways. But yeah, I was always like eating bad. I was always staying up late at night playing Minecraft, and it got so bad in middle school because that's when I got on like social media for the first time. I'd never had like a phone or social media before that really, and so that's when I got on for the first time. I could start connecting to the people I was playing Minecraft with, and it's so hard to explain this to anybody who's never really played before. But basically there's like a chat box and you can type to anyone that you're playing with. And that was getting really hard to do, especially when you're like playing a game. You can't really just like, he's attacking me. You gotta type it out and then start running again. Like it was more convenient to get in like a video call or whatever. So whenever I finally started doing that stuff, I was hanging out with like 18-year-olds and like you heard the first podcast episode where I was really young, like on these apps, like, or I would just stay up till like 5 and then wake up at like 10 and miss school or whatever. Because there would be times I would lock my door and I would forget. I would fall asleep and forget. I wake up. It's like, wake up! You're late for school. Like what? I don't even. It's like 10 o'clock already. They just gave up at some points. They were like, goodness. Dude, like what is wrong with you? Like you're so tired. You've never been like this in your whole life. I'm just like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah. I would go into the kitchen at 3 a.m., pull out one of those like microwavable pizzas and just put on the microwave, like in the middle of the night. Like one time I started putting on the oven and I just cooked like a whole pizza. But anyways, the point is, horrible, right? Like it's like a really sad thing to be saying, like how I used to be like that, but I guess in a way it shaped me. But anyways, I was like that, and so my mom one day, she's like, this has gone like too far. Like one day I brought one of her heels, I was wearing one of her heels to school. Like I was walking to the bus, I hadn't even noticed yet, and then my aunt or my mom, they're like, you're wearing my shoe. I'm like, what? I had one of my shoes on, one of her shoes on.
That's crazy.
That's how tired I was.
That's a whole heel.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was walking to the bus stop and I didn't even realize.
And you were 11 at this time?
Yeah, like 11 or 12. So my mom, she's finally like, we need to take you to the doctor. Like this has gone like way too far. My grades straight 100s first semester of 6th grade dropped down to like C's. I know straight 100s is really sad too, but like dropped to like C's after all this stuff was happening. So eventually my mom took me to the hospital and they ran some tests on me because they were also a little worried, like, why is this kid so short still, you know? Like completely out of topic still, but they were still worried about all that stuff.
I think they should still be worried about that.
I'm 5'1" 3/4",
right?
And I accept it now. I got the crown and
hair,
everything.
Kaiden.
What's wrong with it?
No, your hair is what makes you taller.
You're right. Yeah, I'll just like do a little mohawk. Maybe I'll look taller. But my mom took me to the doctors one day, and they finally tested for something called celiac disease. It's also the first time in my life I've ever had surgery, but it wasn't like too serious. So they just put me out, and then they shoved like a camera, like a little tiny camera, like down my throat, and then they took pictures of like my intestines to see like if I had basically it bloats your digestive system up. I don't know. I'm surprised you haven't learned it yet. Aren't you taking like all these scientific stuff?
Look, Kaiden, I have a disease too.
Is it called I hate Kaiden syndrome?
No, I have like an actual.
Oh, like
okay, maybe it's not a disease. It's a condition, but I can call it whatever I want because it affects me.
Biology major.
It's a condition, but I call it a disease to sound dramatic.
But yeah, I eventually woke up from the surgery and I was just like craving apples. You know, I never ate like fruit my whole life, but I'm just like, I need an apple right now. And the doctor, they ended up telling me that I did have the disease. And I was freaking out because like, no more pizza, like no more chicken tenders. That was my whole life at that point. I was like, Mom, please, can I just keep eating them? She's like, no, we have to take it out of your diet. And she's like, she gave me like one last week of like eating whatever I wanted. I was eating all the pizza, all the chicken tenders. But after that, I had to cut it off. And at the time, they didn't really make much gluten-free stuff. So celiac disease is like a newer. It's not like a new disease, but they've been diagnosing it.
It's progressed.
Yeah, it's progressed. Like it hasn't been diagnosed for too long. So they haven't really made like a lot of gluten-free foods at the time. We couldn't really find any like breads or pizzas or stuff like that. So that meant I had to switch my diet, right? I started eating a little bit healthier. We found some like gluten-free mac and cheeses and stuff. But I started trying new things because I went to the outdoor school before I went to get diagnosed. So I already had that sandwich. I tried Lay's potato chips for like the first time. Like I was trying all these foods that they weren't healthy still, but like it was a step. It was a step for me. And so I realized I started liking more foods. And that's what everyone had been telling me my whole life. It's like, you need to start eating healthier. You need to start eating like new foods. Like all you do is eat pizza. Blah, blah, blah. And so yeah, eventually after that diagnosis, I think it really hit me. It's like, I like these foods. I've just never wanted to try them before.
Yeah.
I had like a quesadilla for the first time. Like just the most random foods you could think of, but still unhealthy. Right. And my Minecraft addiction was still getting bad. Basically they found out from the diagnosis that I'm like super lethargic whenever I eat gluten, and I was eating it like all the time. So that could have also been contributing. Yeah. But yeah, I think that I never would have found out, or at least not for a long time.
Yeah,
if I wouldn't have done that. So maybe that was a good thing for me, even though
it could have like
like, kept my system. Like I could have stayed short. Isn't that crazy?
Could have. It's wild.
Aren't you like the same height as me?
But I'm a girl.
So my dad was short too, and my mom is short. They're both like under 5'5", so.
Oh, I think he's under 5 foot. I was like,
no, we're not midgets. I still was eating unhealthy, and I still was staying up at night, but I was starting to branch out a little more. But what did help me eventually was whenever my mom started dating a new guy. But I was like, I'm focused on Minecraft right now. Like, don't bother me. Yeah, Minecraft's my life.
Oh my god. That's so sad.
Yeah, I know. I was a sad little child. I don't know what to say. But yeah, so she started dating that guy. Like whenever we actually moved in with him, like a year maybe later or a little less than that, that's when he started making me like branch out to all these foods. I ate like vegetables for the first time in my life. I ate like steak for the first time, like ribs, all these things for the first time ever. Which is really sad that I never had any of that before. But you can just tell it's bad whenever I first moved in and I was eating steak with mayonnaise.
Disgusting! That's disgusting.
That's all I knew. I was like, I love mayo, so it's like ranch. So I just put it with my steak, and he was like, you do not ever do that in my household. I was like,
no,
oh
yeah, that's nasty.
Yeah, I know it is, but that's when I started like actually trying foods. Not saying that I don't still eat unhealthy or whatever, but like I'm so thankful for like all those events that led up into it, because that's kind of going back to like how I'm just like feeling more tired now, is like all that screen time I was doing before, all this extra stuff like eating gluten and all that stuff was really having an impact on my life. And I think it was starting to take control again a little bit, because you know, we're in college, we're like starting our new journeys for the first time. But I think just like me taking control, like I was like, I need to go buy broccoli. So I went and bought broccoli. I started eating vegetables. Like I was like, my mind was like, you need vegetables. It's crazy. I never used to think like that, but now it's like rice, chicken, broccoli. Like that's all I went to go to the store to buy. Yeah, I feel like that actually helped me. I feel like, because I don't know, just eating a little bit better and like setting that sleep schedule for myself and planning out my days too, like a calendar app and all this stuff makes me feel more organized, makes me feel more ready for the day, and I know what I'm going to be doing. So I think everything in our life happens for a purpose, I feel like, whether it's good or bad. And that sucks to say, because you know, like losses in the families or whatever, but maybe not everything, but a good majority of our things I feel like are meant to happen, and it leads into good things. Yeah, we just don't see it right away. It's like maybe you giving away, or maybe you losing like $100 one day, you make like $10,000 back in the future.
No, it was crazy that you mentioned that, because one time me and my roommates, we went to Walmart. It was like kind of like the beginning of the semester, and I think they were getting school supplies, so I think it was before school started. And then we were all there like looking at a like board game to buy. Yeah. And then there was these also like random like teenagers like doing their own thing. And then this lady like comes up to us in like one of the scooters, electrical scooter. Yeah, that. Okay. Yeah, so she comes in like a scooter, and then she's like, "Can I just talk to y'all for a second?" And then we're like, "Sure." Yeah. She was like, I'd say like in her 40s or something like that. So she like was like, "Can I talk to y'all for a little bit?" And then like she tells like the people that like the other group that's not with us, they're like, "Y'all can come too." She like tells us this like whole sob story about like how her like daughter got stabbed or shot like 27 times by her boyfriend that was like on drugs, and then he like beat their like 3-month-old baby with a bat. Like she told us like this whole thing. She was crying. She was like, "So I just want y'all to pray for me and this and that." She was like, "And if y'all have any money that like y'all can spare," like she was like, "I'm trying to get a hotel room for like her and like the grandbabies, I guess. My daughter's story is gonna be on the news at 5, blah blah blah." And like she was crying, and we were like okay. Yeah. And then like I had a $100 bill that my parents gave me, that it was to pay my card that I had to deposit into my account. But I was like, I'll just give her this 100, and I'll just put my own 100. Okay. Like I was like, whatever, you know. Like she needs it more than me, clearly. Yeah. And so I almost gave her 100, but then I was like, no. So I just gave her $20. Okay, you were leading it up to like this great story. No, I'm not done. Okay, my bad. In total, we gave her like $40, $50, like out of all of us together. That's so good. Yeah, and she leaves, whatever. And then one of the guys, none of us are from San Antonio. Like, all my roommates are from everywhere else. The guy that was with us, he was like, she's told me the exact same story before, like 4 months ago. So we got like scammed, and then like we tried looking it up, and there was nothing. Yeah, yo, she's low key a Hollywood actor out here. Like she was crying, dude, and like I hugged her, and like scary. He was like, it was a lie. That sucks. And I got scammed. If she came up to me, she would only get like 12 cents. Well, like right now. You and your 12 cents. That's all I have. That's all I have. No, but I was like, I was in shock. I was like, damn. You really got played. Like, I'm sure she needed the money. Like, if she's that down bad, she probably needed it. Yeah, but like I feel like she could have made up that story, because people are like more willing to like give up money for like a sob story. I think also if it was a real story, they would probably go up to like adults. You know what I mean? Not like teenage like, kids. She knows that teenagers are like more willing. Also to, like, I would believe it more if she's like going up to like adults or whatever, like asking and stuff. I mean, that sucks. But maybe something good will come from it. Yeah, know? Well, I got scammed out $20. Maybe she'll become a millionaire and she'll pay you back. Right. Crazy. I'm so sure. I'm so sure. You don't think that's going to happen? No. Everything bad that has happened in my life hasn't turned into anything good yet. You know that there's people that do that for a living? What? Like scam people?
not scam people necessarily. Well, they do, but it's a more specific category. So when I used to live in Portland, Oregon, that's a big city area, right? So it's kind of like Austin here. It has like a huge homeless problem, and you just see under all the like freeways and bridges and stuff, they have tents just lined up like all the way across. And I went back to Oregon this month too, and I saw the same thing, like, but worse, obviously, because there's always that like gap between like the poor and wealthy, and it's always going to be like that. You always need poor people to have wealthy people. Sadly. So I mean, yeah, there's all these people just lined up in tents or whatever, but there's some people that will pretend that they're homeless, and then they'll basically go like on the sides of streets with like little buckets to be like, please help me and my dog, you know, we're like really hard time right now. And then you'll see them, some of them, you'll see them, if you're watching them, they'll walk away to like a parking garage, pull out with like a Mercedes, just drive off. So there's people that do that for a living. They'll just go out, pretend that they're homeless, and then whenever they're like tired of it, I guess, they'll just go back to in their cars or whatever and drive home.
That's crazy. I'm gonna have to do that.
No, it's not a good thing.
That's...
But the thing is, they also probably get like more money than the real homeless people too. They see other homeless people and then they put on that facade, and then they're just like, they dress dirty, they like act like poor or whatever, and they're just like, please help me, like I need to get my meal for today or whatever.
That's crazy.
And then they actually have like, it's on the news and stuff too. But like me personally, like since I've grown up in that area, like whenever homeless people come up to me, I'm kind of just like already skeptical. Like I never really ever give money to homeless people. Yeah. I feel like it's also because I'm broke right now, obviously. Just like knowing that a lot of them, because even here, my mom went to pick me up one time at that Target over there, and we were stopped at a red light right there, and some homeless dude knocked on our window, and he was like, roll your window down. And he didn't say it obviously, but he was like, roll the window. And my mom was like, no. And I already know, like,
that's like a creepy way to do it.
Yeah,
about that.
I already know, since like I lived in that environment already. Whenever homeless people will come up to our doors, or there's like they're advertising like right next to us, I'm like locked in. I'm like looking straight ahead, not even looking over at them, because I know the more you do that, like the more they engage. It's like watching those like puppy ads on TV. They're like, please give the puppies like $20. They're freezing. Ethos. Yeah, it's like the ethos logic. But like, why would they be freezing in the first place? Like, why do you have them on TV like that? Yeah. But anyways, yeah, but like this dude came up, he's like, roll the window down. I'm locked in, looking straight ahead. I already know what's up. My mom, she's like, nope, no, I'm not gonna do it. Do it. He's like, roll the window down. And my mom's like, nope, like bye. And then he's like, he flips her off. He's like, F you, like, and my mom's like, she flips him off too. And then we drive off because the light just turned green. Oh my goodness. But like even here, which is like not a homeless city by any means. I mean, that's just like crazy how bad it can get for people. And like how people are willing to fake that too for money. It's scary.
So I live on the south side. So yeah, there's like the north side, which is like the rich side, and south side.
Oh, Topgolf's in the north.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I live in the south side, where it's like the ghetto side. Okay. I always see like homeless people all the time. Yeah. And then I'm always like what you said. Like I'm always skeptical about giving homeless people money. Even like when we lived like in Seguin, I'd always be like, no. Yeah. Like I just want it. But like my dad, he would always tell like me and my siblings and I, he'd be like even if you don't want to, even if you just have like $1 or whatever you have to spare, like give it to them, because like my dad, because we're religious, we're Christian, so he would always be like, it could be an angel, and it could be like God sending them to just like see if you'll help them, and then like you never know if that person is an angel, and like it's like, you know. That's
interesting. Yeah.
So that's what my dad would always be like. He's like, just always like, even if it's $1, if it's $2, like whatever you have, like always give. And he's like, because like God's gonna turn that around, and it's gonna be a blessing for you. Yeah. And then I'm just like really soft-hearted. Yeah. Like, when it comes to like stuff like that. So like if I don't have cash, then obviously I won't, because I can't. But like most of the time when I have cash, I like always give, even if I don't want to. I don't have any money, but I'm always like, here, take the only money I have.
Just take it. Why not? You're already here.
You need it. Like I'm always like, you need it more than me. Like, and like it does suck that some people lie about that, because like it's like a really big deal. Like there's millions of homeless people. So like it sucks that people gotta do it. But
I think it's better to take the risk than to not take it at all if you're gonna be giving away money and stuff, because not every time's gonna be like that. Obviously, it's gonna be like outweighed. You're gonna obviously be helping more people than hurting anybody. But I also listen to some religious podcasters. Like I guess I would consider myself atheist. Like don't really believe in any religions or whatever. But no, the thing is though, I like to listen. I like to research. I like to hear about stories and stuff. And the people that I listen to, I love a lot. They're Christian, and I love listening to like what they have to say. Their like ideals on the world and stuff. And I heard them say that in like an episode. Like they're like, oh, always give homeless people like money if you can spare, because they could be like angels coming down, and they can give you like blessings later on in life and stuff. And I heard that. Obviously it's not like it's gonna change my mind about it right now, but it's just interesting to see like different people's perspective on that and stuff, because Hannah's kind of turning a little more like she's leaning towards Christianity more, because her family kind of grew up like that and she wants to tap more into it, which is pretty cool. But I'm always the one like teaching her stuff now, and I don't even believe in it. I'm just like, whatever I learn I'll just pass on, because if you care about it that much, then I'll pass it on to you. Like I think it's cool. Like if you want to hear about it, then I'll let you know. But for me it's just like collecting knowledge, I guess. But I'm not like devoted to anything.
I've always been a Christian. Well, I've always gone to church. I think there's a difference versus being a Christian and going to church. Because like my family started going to church when I was 4. And like from 4 to like the ages, like honestly to like 15, I would just go to church because like my family went, so I'd have to go. Did
you like care about it at that time though? Like, really? Or were you just kind of
I wanted to, but we went to like an old church, so it was like mainly for like the older people. And then like they had classes for the younger people, but like it wasn't really like, it was just like whatever. From the ages from like 4 to 15, I just like went because like why not. And then I think like 16 to like 17 I started like caring more about it. Like there was definitely a time though where I had like a crisis of faith, I guess, where I was like,
you're kind of questioning
I was like what am I even doing this for? Like my life is not good. Like it was like when I was like, I've had anxiety, depression, all that. Like it was like, if my life is like this and I'm going to church, and like what's the point, you know? Like I'd be like, but it wasn't until like when I turned 18 to like now, I've been working on my relationship with God a lot, and like my life has been like, I'm more at peace than I've ever been in like my life now than like ever. It wasn't until like I started like talking to God, praying more, like because like you can be in church but your mind's not in church, like your heart's not in it, you're just there. The thing for me is I always say relationship over religion. Like your best friend, like they didn't become your best friend by talking to them like once a week or like once every month. So like that's like with God, like you're not gonna like have a relationship with God if you only talk to him like once a month, like pray once a month. So like it's like you have to like do it like often in order to like build a relationship with God. So that's why I would say relationship over religion, because like religion tells you this and that, like go to church, but like you just have to be there because it's like a routine. But like religion is like, you know of God, but now you know God, you know?
I think when you're younger too, it's harder to like believe in a religion. I feel like when we're like that young, because
society around you, like
because I mean like no one's really teaching that to you in schools and stuff. And when you're younger, I feel like you're just kind of bored in church a little bit, like you're not really fully understanding yet. But I think the reason it wouldn't work if you're just sitting there in church, obviously, is because nothing will ever happen unless you fully believe and like fully devote. Because if you're in church like a little bit and you're like kind of leaning into it, I feel like nothing would ever happen until you fully commit and you're like believing. Because I feel like that's the same with like ghosts and stuff too. Because like if you are like on the fence a little bit, like they could be real, they couldn't be real, then nothing's ever really gonna happen to you. But once you fully believe like ghosts are real, like this paranormal stuff is real, then that's when like maybe experiences will start happening more, or like you'll take more signs to be like, that's why this is happening. And I feel like it's kind of the same with religion in a sense, because like the more you believe and like the stronger your faith is or whatever, then that's like when your relationship will grow stronger, and that's when you'll start seeing like, oh, this is like actually happening, like these signs are adding up to what it is.
And that's like definitely what happened to me. Me and my sister were like 6 and 8 because we're 2 years apart, so it was before my parents were in church. Like they were about to like split up. Like my mom was like telling my dad like, I'm gonna leave you and I'm gonna take like the kids and whatever. I don't really remember because I was like 6, but like from what I do remember, like my mom was like weird, I guess you could say. My dad called his friend, like they've been friends for like I think since I was born, even longer than that. So they were like, I need your help, like she's being crazy, like this isn't her, like I don't know who, like. And then they were like, okay, well we'll be on our way. My mom was possessed, I guess. They called, and then my dad's friend, they were gonna come and they were gonna bring a pastor to like pray for my mom.
Like an exorcism or like just pray?
more just pray.
Okay.
My mom didn't know that my dad had brought, like, that my dad's friend was gonna bring the pastor, because not even my dad knew that he was gonna bring a pastor.
That's a little weird.
Like, he just called his friend, but my mom knew that his friend was gonna bring a pastor. But it wasn't my mom, it was like whatever was in her.
Oh, okay. Like whatever.
So whatever was in her, like, knew.
Like Willow from the story earlier.
I guess.
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
And then so when they showed up, they like found my mom hiding in like last corner of our house.
How old were you?
I was like 6.
Okay.
The way I remember this day, it was like dark. It was like dark everywhere. Like, I remember that. And then somehow we ended up at my aunt's house. My aunt lives like down the street. So like somehow my mom ended up over there, and like everybody went over there. Me and my sister were in my aunt's living room, and then like they told us to like go out like outside, and then I remember walking past the room when they had my mom, and they were like holding her down, and then my mom
was she
was
like flailing all over the place?
Yeah, and like
that's scary.
they were like, it was like 4 people like trying to hold her down. They prayed for her, and like whatever was in her like left. Like after.
Do you think it like went into somebody else, or do you think it?
No, I think like.
Okay.
I just I mean, it's not just like that, but like also I was 6, so I don't remember. You know, it didn't just like you know. But yeah, and that's when like my family like. That's when they started going to. That's when my parents started going to church and like brought their whole family with them.
That's scary though. Like to see her in the corner. I just imagine like the granny game.
Yeah.
Like she's like hiding in the corner. That's what I'm imagining right now.
No, yeah, and like I didn't even see her like that, but like, and then my mom doesn't really talk about it ever.
She might not remember it too well either.
I don't.
Maybe.
I also feel like this, like if you do go through this, like I feel like it's not something you want to like. Yeah. It's not something that's easy to talk about.
I used to go to church too.
Really?
For like 4 years. When I was like 4 to 8 though, and I just hated it. I just was like so bored. But obviously I didn't really care. My grandma always would take me because she was super religious. She only spoke Spanish too. It was like my mom's side. So whenever she would talk to me, I'd just be like caca face. Like I was a racist, bro. I can't lie. I was so rude to her, and I feel bad now because she passed like 3 or 4 years ago. I never got to like really communicate with her. But when I would try and talk to her, it would be pretty cool. But they used to take me to church too, but I guess I that just probably made it worse for me because I think it was Catholic church too. So I got baptized when I was like 4. Not that it really matters now, I guess, because it's been a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been baptized. For us, it's like baptism. Like Catholics, they just like baptize, like they baptize babies because like it's like. I don't know. I don't really know, so I'm not gonna speak on it because I don't want to say anything about anybody. So they baptize when they're babies, but like for us, we don't baptize.
Don't you do
babies
it when like
don't have sin?
Yeah.
Like they were just born, so we do it whenever like the person is old enough and like whenever they feel like they're like ready to commit, change their lives, like be a new creature. Like
that's what I would believe in too. Like I wouldn't want to just throw my baby in the water. Yeah. They haven't even done anything yet.
Yeah. So like we do it whenever like you know what you're doing, like you're ready to live for Christ. And like I barely started, like I said, from like barely 18 was when I like got really serious about it.
Now you're ride or die.
So now I'm like, now I just need to get baptized.
That's like one the last step.
Not the last step, but kind of.
It's a step.
Yeah, it's a step for sure.
There you go.
But
I believe in eating gluten-free foods and playing Minecraft still, so that's what I believe in.
I guess.
That's gonna be it though for today. I think we ran out of time. There's like people stalking us to the windows all the time. It's a little scary. But thank you for coming on and
of course
hosting with me, I guess is the word. I'm kind of new, so
no, yeah,
I really don't know what to call it, and you probably don't know either. Little rookie.
Sorry. But yeah, co-hosting.
But maybe she'll be back if you guys want. I don't know. I guess we'll see what everyone says in the comments.
Okay. I'm gonna go spam the comments. Yes,
please bring me back. Like, who is this like user 87QW? Like,
that'd be crazy.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching today, listening. Rate it 5 stars on Spotify. Go like it on YouTube. All those fun things. Join my Discord down below.
God bless you. Jesus loves you.
Good night.